So part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion aired Sunday night. And I did watch it. And I watched it again today so I could take my notes. So let's get into this recap after this brief introduction.
Ready or not. Ready or not. Here I come. Can't hide. Gonna find you. And then yo. I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress, no success.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm B. Renee, and this is B. Renee Says, where I talk about my life in the entertainment industry. I talk about reality TV, love, life, and everything in between. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of any video that I drop. Now let's get into it. All right, so let's get into the mess, shall we? The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 10, Episode 19 was basically receipts, regret, and reheated drama. First of all, the energy was very tense and tight and tired, okay? You could tell everybody came in smiling with their lips, but not with their eyes. Like it was just part of their job to collect their check at the end of the season. The episode picks up with the aftermath of last week's chaos, and instead of moving forward like mature women of a certain tax bracket, we are once again digging through old arguments like they're clearance items at Neiman Marcus. One housewife is still clinging to a storyline that it's her last Bravo contract. Ma'am, let it go. It's been stretched, pulled, and overcooked. Even the production looks exhausted. Meanwhile, alliances are shifting faster than a wig in a windstorm, child. The sisterhood speeches are being delivered with crossed arms and side eyes, and everything comes with a but, which means it's not an apology. It's a warning shot. There's also a sit-down conversation that was supposed to bring healing. Instead, it brought volume. You know, it's bad when someone says, I'm calm, while aggressively pointing a finger. If you have to announce you're calm, then baby, you're not calm, okay? You're really not. Let's talk about the fashion, though, for just a quick second, because I have this picture up here. Because Potomac will give you, drama at the reunions, and it's usually way better than the season, but they will also give you labels. The looks were looking, even when the friendships weren't. And my favorite dress, actually, was Wendy is my top. My next one is going to be Karen. Everybody else looked nice, but those are my favorite too. And then we get to the group scene. This is where the editors earn their checks, okay? The flashbacks, the shady music, the slow zooms on the facial expressions that said, I can't stand her, and I'm here to collect my check. Like, it was giving all of those things. By the end of this episode, nothing was really resolved. They went back and, of course, they talked about the argument between Wendy and Ashley. So they moved on from that. Then we talked about Wendy for a little bit, and Wendy and Kay got into this disagreement about Kay feeling like Wendy did not speak to her at some event that she came to. However, there was a fan who took a picture of Kay and Wendy greeting each other at the same event, and it was fine. Kay, with her weird self, brings out a picture of the room where it actually happened. I guess she was trying to prove that the room was small so she could have spoke to her. That's weird. Like, if this lady's in the middle of speaking and presenting, which also involves a check, she's at work. So you can easily slide into this event and sit down and listen and greet her like you did after it was over with. And they showed that. So it was a lot of bickering back and forth, a lot of arguing between Wendy and Kay, and then Wendy and Angel. The biggest thing that happened this episode was when Jazzy came out, and it was that piece that they released last week all over the place. That was like a preview of this past episode. That was the most exciting thing to me, honestly. It was that little dig that she made about Kay allegedly stealing Greg from his ex-wife. I don't know, child. It is a possibility, but I just feel like Kay is not a good fit this season. I don't know what happened. She was doing well when she was a friend of, and then it just kind of turned. I don't know. It's weird for me. So again, a lot of bitter back and forth, bickering, I should say. And then the last part was when Monique came out. Monique's story, I really applaud her for her growth. You can see that she's healed from her divorce, and she's trying to be a better version of herself, which I absolutely love. However, reality TV don't like that kind of stuff. I really hope that she stays on at least as a friend or bring her back as a full-time castmate. That's just my opinion. You are entitled to yours. Sound down in the comments, however you may feel. But that pretty much how the episode went. Now, the last scene was, of course, the cliffhanger for next week, where Monique is showing a video to the group of someone saying that Stacey said that Monique was filming with the kids, and that got back to Chris Samuels. Monique mentions that she was out to dinner with Ashley and got served a cease and desist. Child's about to say cease and desist like Tamar did, but that is definitely incorrect. So yeah, she got served that like maybe a night before they filmed the reunion, which was weird. But yeah, so that's what it leads into next week's episode, y'all. That is pretty much a summarization of the entire episode. I didn't go into too many details because it was just a lot of bickering back and forth. A lot of people trying to prove their points. Nobody really agreeing on much of anything. Did you like this episode? Again, I will say this. I said it last week. I feel like this reunion is better than the entire season, especially next week. We got the Grand Dame herself. The beautiful, amazing Karen Huger will be back on the reunion stage. So I'm looking forward to that, and her and Wendy get into the trenches of what made their friendship go wrong. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. Please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of any video I drop. And please comment. Let me know what you thought of this episode. And I will either see you guys or hear from you guys in the next one. Bye.